Good morning. Sorry, a little bit late today, but here we go, another week in the pandemic and another somatic check-in. Thank you for joining me for those. I do want to start from the breath. As usual, we always start from the breath, but this morning I want to pay particular attention to the breath. And what I would like what I would invite you to do is to notice if there is anything you've been holding, anything that maybe you want to let go of that's being held in your body. And let's try on that nice long out breath where we make the sound and exhale to see if we can imagine whatever it is that we want to let go just easily flowing out of us through the breath. So let's start that. Let's try that. Okay? It's Friday. I think we're all tired, maybe. All right. So breathing in and noticing what it is that we want to let go of. And as we breathe out, making a sound, imagining that we're easily letting go of whatever it is that we want to let go of. Okay? Yeah, you might want to make a more forceful sound for this one. And one more. Just notice how it feels to kind of breathe intentionally and to use the out breath as kind of a vehicle to just let go of whatever it is that might not serve us in this moment. We can always pick it up later. Don't worry if it's something that you're worried about letting go of. Like I said, always pick it up later. Maybe let's do one more. And as every morning, I'm going to invite you, first of all, to turn inwards and to notice what's going on in your body. You can close your eyes if you want to, or you can lower your gaze or keep them open. The invitation is to turn your focus towards yourself and to orient towards yourself first. So as you're orienting towards yourself, what are you noticing? For example, how are your muscles doing? Are they tense or relaxed? Is there pain in your body? What kind of sensations are going on in your body? How's your breathing? Is it deep? Is it shallow? How's your heartbeat? Fast, slow, medium? How's your heart emotionally today? How are your thoughts? What's going around in your mind? So just noticing all of that with curiosity and as much non-judgment as you can manage, as always. So orienting first to ourselves. Just give a couple more breaths. And maybe you can notice the support underneath you, whether that's the floor beneath your feet, or the bed under you, or the seat, or the couch. See if you can just sink into that support, even 5% more. Just a little more. I always notice I sit like this, so just kind of letting myself sit a little more comfortably. And breathing into that support and really letting it be there for you. This morning, for somatic practice, so kind of coming back, if your eyes have been closed, coming back to the room also. Or you might want to stay turned inwards for this activity, actually. I'm sorry, I'm drinking some water. It's very dry here. You might want to stay turned inwards for this activity. I'm going to share a practice from authentic movement, so a practice that's used in dance movement therapy. And in fact, we are going to turn inwards again. And again, you can close your eyes, or you can just lower your gaze, or you can just turn that focus inwards. And what we're going to do is similar to what we did the other day with waking up the body, but much more driven by our internal state rather than external direction. So what we're doing is, as you turn inwards, pay attention to what is it that your body needs this morning. And try not to get too caught up in whether that's authentic or not. Whatever comes up is fine. However you feel is fine. There's no way to feel in a pandemic. And however your body wants to move, it's fine as long as it's within your capacity. So it's almost as if you're letting your own body move you from the inside out. So giving yourself some time to do that, and usually there would be a lot of time to tune into that. So if you like this idea, please give yourself plenty of time, either after this video or some other time when you have a spacious place and time, maybe a half hour to do this. We're going to do it a little more quickly. So for example, this morning I'm noticing my wrists really want to move. There's a lot of tension, so I'm kind of letting them move the way they want to move. So really letting yourself be moved from the inside. And it can be just as simple as, what is it that your body needs in this moment? It can be just as simple as a stretch. But rather than doing a stretch directed from the outside or trying to do, whatever we remember from phys ed class, from gym class, just letting the body move the way it wants to. So after the rest, my body started to reach, for example. It wants to move my spine. So I'm just giving you some examples in case you get stuck. But now I'm going to be quiet for a few moments as you tune into your body and move the way your body wants to move. And of course, can be any part of your body, not just the upper body that wants to move. Moving your body however it wants to move, however it longs to move this morning, kind of almost being moved from the inside out. What is it that your body needs this morning? How do you need to move this morning to be moved by your body? And just letting that be. And the movement can be big or small, or it can also be stillness. As long as we breathe, we move. So the movements don't have to be big. Or it might not look like movement at all from the outside, but there might be a lot moving on the inside. So that was a very, 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 very short introduction to an authentic movement practice. I really invite you, if you find that interesting or appealing, to find a space where you can really do that. Like I said, like a half hour, at least even an hour. And if moving without sound feels really challenging, you can also play some music in the background that might help you. So you might want to make a little playlist to last for as long as you want the exercise to last. And kind of moving with the music, it's a little easier at first if you're not used to those movement practices. But just giving ourselves, our body, not that there is any difference, but our somatic selves, let's say our body, our embodied selves, some space to move also helps us express whatever might be there that we might not have words for, that might not yet be verbal. So I really invite you this weekend. I wanted to introduce this practice on a Friday because hopefully during the weekend, if you're still working on a Monday to Friday week, you might have some space to give yourself to explore where your body's at and to kind of just let yourself be in tune with where your body's at. So I hope that practice was helpful. Now to kind of finish up, as always, I want us to orient outwards. We've been doing a lot of orienting inwards. So let's orient outwards for a moment, which means really turning your senses to the outside. So whether it's looking around or listening for the sounds that are around you, or maybe even feeling the contact the air is making with your skin in this moment, just take a moment to orient outwards, looking, listening, sensing. And then see if your senses, your gaze, your hearing, your tactile senses can rest on something that seems comfortable, pleasant, or neutral, and let your gaze or ears or senses rest on that place, on that spot. It could be a color, could be a shape, could be the sound of your kids playing somewhere, could be rain if it's raining where you are, could be a ray of sunshine. Just really noticing something pleasant, comfortable, or neutral for a couple of breaths. And then once more, noticing with as much curiosity and non-judgment as you can handle in this moment, what impact it has to let yourself rest on something pleasant, neutral, or comforting, and knowing that, again, that ability is always there. We can always orient outward and find something that we find soothing, comforting, pleasing, neutral. And one of the things I've heard a lot this week is the word surreal. This feels surreal. This feels we're in a liminal place in a lot of ways. There's a lot of uncertainty. So to end today, I really want to invite you to go back to feeling the support underneath you. If you're sitting with or standing with your feet on the ground, I really would like you to notice that contact between the bottom of your foot and the ground. You might even want to rock from heel, from the ball of your foot to the heel to kind of really notice that sensation. Really let yourself feel the feet on the ground, or if you're lying on your bed, the support of the bed, or if you're sitting on a chair or on the couch, really feel the support of that chair underneath you or the couch, and really letting yourself be supported, letting yourself be held, and feeling gravity holding us here. No matter how much uncertainty we're dealing with, no matter how surreal this feels, because none of us have gone through this before, we can always count on the loving support of gravity. We can always feel the contact with the ground. And we can always ground ourselves in that relationship with gravity. We can feel our feet on the floor. We can sit on the floor, lie on the floor, or feel the support of whatever holds us, the chair underneath us, the bed underneath us, and just feel held by gravity. Now more than ever, I think it's important to kind of keep going back to grounding and moving in that relationship between self and the outside, but also coming back and again and again to that loving support of gravity, that it's always there, no matter how uncertain those times are. So thank you once more for practicing with me. I hope the practices I shared today were helpful, and I hope you have as good a day as you can have. And more than anything, I hope you have all the support you need. And I'll see you again on Monday. Bye.